everyone, welcome to this video, and today I'm going to be talking about a subject which I feel really passionate about, and it's the difference between the real manufactured ink versus the dirty clone stuff from eBay. I'm going to be showing you the difference between the two and why you should never ever use this stuff. Not even on practice skin, to be honest. It's horrible stuff. I feel weird even holding it with my bare hands, so I'll probably use gloves when I do the video. So we're going to get into that. It just makes one person change their mind about using this clone stuff, then it's a job well done. So let's not waste any more time, guys, and get straight into the comparison. Okay guys, so on the left here we've got the original, genuine, intense bright red. And then on the right here, this is the clone. So straight from the off, you can see the difference between the two bottles here. And Intense did actually change the bottles to these, and they pour a lot better. And I'm going to show you in a minute as well. They're a lot more hygienic, even just from the off, from opening the ink. So straight away, that's a visible difference. Now, when I buy ink from my reputable tattoo supplier, it always comes in a sealed bag. I'll give you an example. Here's a grey wash set that I've got. It always comes in a bag like this. When this came, it came in this little bag like this, and you can see it's fresh from the Philippines. Let me just get that in focus for you. There you go. So that's where this has come from the Philippines. Fresh from eBay. So I'm hoping the camera can pick this up, the difference in colour. You can see this is a really vibrant, bright red, because that's what I ordered, that's what I wanted, a bright red. And this, it claims to be the same product, and I'm hoping the camera can pick that up, but the clone one is a lot duller. It just doesn't look as vibrant as what this one does. Now, I'll show you the labelling on the original Intense one. Down here you've got batch numbers, you've got your expiry date and all this stuff, and it's all nice and neat. And the reason I'm showing you this is because when you come to this, it's almost comedy value. Let me just zoom in on some of these issues here, and it's almost like, you know, they've copied this Intense label, and they couldn't even be bothered to you know, get all the writing correct. Let me zoom in on this. You see the space in there, like you can see the gaps here between the writing. I mean, it's just a really bad copy. And then it goes on as well, let me just find it. Water, WH80, you know, they can't, these people that make this, they can't even be bothered to spell correctly. Never mind give a damn about what goes in the bottle. They can't even be bothered to spell correctly. I did scan this on my phone, and it does bring up the Intense website, so they've obviously just copied that there. And then, you know, you look under the bottle, and again, this is just a standard plastic bottle that they've filled up from eBay. You can buy empty ink bottles from eBay or wherever they get them from, and see the Intense one is completely different. Even under, you can really see the colour difference there actually underneath. Like, look at this clone one, see how dull it is compared to that. This is supposed to be the same product. We're not talking two different shades of red, we're talking Intense bright red. And you can see there just how different that is. So let's delve a little bit deeper into this now, because this is why I've made this video ultimately, because I really want to get my point across how dangerous it is to use this stuff. So this is brand new, I've never used it before. And what Intense have done, they've changed the bottle, so now when you get it, you literally have to open it and pour it. There's no more taking the lid off, removing the you know, the seal across the top, because by doing all this, you're also risking, I mean, it's a small risk if you're being hygienic, but you're always risking, the more you have to play with the ink, of getting the bottle, getting something into it that's going to contaminate your ink. So I think this is a really, really good design anyway, and it's a really good move forward from Intense, what they've done with the bottles. So it's literally, like I say, this is brand new. I'm opening it for the first time. I'll open that, and I'm just going to pour some in there. And you can see, well, I hope you can see from the video, it's almost got a thickness to it. Let me zoom in on that, show you. You can see that layer on there, like it's got like a thickness to it, so almost like single cream, that sort of consistency. And it's really, really vibrant, really nice colour, and the colour is exactly the same as it is from the bottle there. You can see that. Now, let me just close that. So let's move on to the clone. And this is why I'm wearing gloves, guys, because I genuinely don't even want to touch this with my bare hands. So from the off, I mean, even that, I mean, you can, let me just show you this. Listen to this. Hear that? Right, listen to this. Intense, clone. There's something in there, but my point is, it's not mixing up right, because the ingredients that they've used is probably, you know, I wouldn't even like to guess what's in there, but it's certainly not nice flowing ink. It's, I don't even know what that is. Right, let's open it. So first of all, I'm going to have to take this off. Let me just get in there. I'm not going to be too careful about being sterile opening this. I wouldn't normally open a bottle like this, but if it did have a this seal on, but it's safe to say I'm not going to be using this on anyone's skin, so it doesn't really matter. Before we carry on, I'm just going to give these bottles a little wipe down, because I want to keep the area as clean as I can. A little wipe off there. Fresh from the Philippines. Let's stick that in there. See what's. So let me just see what's going on with this bottle, because I'm not quite sure what's going on here. So we took that off. Oh, okay. So they've added another another cover inside it, bizarrely. Let me just take this out. There we go. So got this as well. I mean, what is all that about? It's got like a weird cardboard thing inside there. So just remove this. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some ink this time. Still doesn't want to really make a noise, but right, here we go. Now, you can see how the Intense one, you know, it went around the Petri dish like this, it flowed, it's nice and smooth, and that's what it do when it go in the skin, you know, when you're tattooing it, it's smooth. I did not expect this to be this bad, but look. Right guys, I'm gonna change my gloves because I don't want any cross-contamination with this horrible stuff touching my nice fresh bottle of Intense, so I'm just gonna change my gloves and put a fresh pair on. Try again. Guys, the difference is, it's quite mind-blowing, and it's quite scary that, you know, people, they're selling this. Look at this, look Look how nicely that flows. It's got like a almost silky consistency to it. And when you tattoo that in the skin, it's just gonna go in nice, you know, and saturate, really, really nice. And then you've got this. I mean, what is that? What even is that? You know, to put that in someone's skin is beyond irresponsible. And it's outright dangerous as well. There's so many things that can go wrong using this clone stuff. You know, you can get infections, you can get reactions to it, you can get chemical burns, because you just don't know what's going into this stuff. Now, a couple of years ago, there was a documentary on the BBC, and you'll probably be able to find it with an internet search somewhere. And basically, I'm pretty sure it was Intense as well that they used, and they did a side-by-side comparison with like I'm doing now, but there was a bit more scientific about it. And what they did, they put the Intense original in a petri dish, and then they put the clone one in a petri dish, and then they incubated that at what your body temperature would be for 2 days. So just basically replicating, you know, you've had a tattoo done, and then that ink's going to stay at that temperature, what the temperature of your skin is. When they took these out of the petri dishes after 2 days, the Intense one, the original one, nothing had changed on it. All, you know, it was just ink on a petri dish. This one, the cloned one, it had grown like it looked like specks of mold sort of growing on it. So when they tested them, it came back positive, and I think it was E. coli or something equally as nasty as that had actually grown on it. Now, guys, if you're putting this in your skin, you know, you were just asking for trouble, lots of trouble. But more alarmingly, they did a further test. And like I say, you can try and find this. It is out there. I'm not making this stuff up. This was a proper documentary on TV. And they took samples of the ink and they put them in, I think it's called a centrifuge, something like that. The scientific thing, you know, where the sciencey thing where they, you know, they put all like little droplets in like little test tubes, and it goes in a machine and spins around. One of those things. And the purpose of that is to separate all the different elements to see what the actual ink is made up of and what it contains. And the Intense one came back with literally just what they say is in it. So, you know, distilled water, pigment, and that's all that was in it. Now this one, the cloned one, came back, and one of the things they found in this ink was traces of human feces. Now, I'm not for 1 second saying, you know, someone in a factory in the Philippines or China or whatever are taking dumps in vats of ink just for shits and giggles. But what I am saying is, you know, someone's obviously been to the toilet, whatever, you know, not washed their hands, and then gone back to the little production line that they're on, and not one damn has been given about hygiene, you know. And that was just one bottle, one random bottle that they tested. They found that. And this is why, guys, I'm saying this is so irresponsible using this stuff, because you just do not know what's in it. To name other things, you know, these cheap inks, these fake inks, whatever you want to call them, they've been known to contain things like mercury, you know. It's just beyond irresponsible. And then you've got this nice vibrant stuff here from Intense, which is vegan friendly, you know, it's not tested on animals. So let me give you a price comparison now and try and explain why I think people are buying this, and why they probably convince themselves that this stuff is okay. So what you're looking at now is, on the left is the Intense from the reputable website where I buy my supplies from. And on the right is my PayPal receipt for the cloned one. Now, the Intense one on the left, that's £10.50, and that's always plus VAT, value added tax, which is 20%. So the Intense works out in the UK at £12.60 for a bottle. And on the right, that's £1.54, and that includes the product, that includes the postage from the Philippines, that includes the bottle, because obviously, you know, they've had to pay for the bottle. So basically the bottle, the postage from the Philippines, the packaging that it comes in, £1.54, and then they get, you know, probably 10% eBay charges on that as well. So if you break that down, you can start to get an idea of just how cheap the ink is that is inside there. You know, we're talking pence, literally pence. So the reason I'm banging on about the price, to get an idea of what process goes through a reputable manufacturer of ink, a responsible manufacturer of ink. What they do is they sterilize it, they mix it up, you know, it's all bottled, and then it's sent to a third-party lab, and then a third-party lab, they test it as well, and they check it for, you know, inconsistencies, anything, they check everything, and only then it's ready to be distributed. And if there's any inconsistencies at all, they just bin the batch and then they start again. It's all these steps and all these, you know, all these checks that they do along the way, which results in an end product looking like this, being safe for the skin, because it's had all these checks done on it, and that reflects on the price, because, you know, it's costs a lot of money for all these checks and third-party laboratories and stuff like this, but ultimately you're getting a really, really nice product. And for £12.60, that's where your money's going. Now these guys, £1.54, postage from the Philippines, packaging, bottle, ink, everything, eBay tax for £1.54, and this is what you're getting, guys, this. And during the time I've been doing this video, I'm sure you've been watching, but look, this has not moved. It's beyond terrible. And guys, I'm so glad this video's been like done now and dusted, because I don't even want this in my studio. So to sum up, guys, across the board, always buy either direct from the manufacturer. Incidentally as well, just as another piece of information, I'm using Intense here. Intense were the first company to sterilise their ink, and that really raised the bar for all ink across the board in the tattoo industry, so well done to them for doing that. So the moral of this video is, guys, please do not buy this stuff. It's garbage. You can see it here, you can see the difference already. You know, everybody likes to save a bit of money, of course they do. Areas like this, you can't save money, guys. And I mean, what are you saving? A couple of pound, you know, your reputation, your client's health is not worth using this stuff. So guys, to sum up, my last thought on this is going to be, this stuff never ever belongs in the skin. It only belongs in the bin, and that's where it's going to go right now. I'm going to show you me like actually putting it in the bin right now. I'm just going to dunk a little bit more of that in there, just so you can see how horrible and nasty this stuff is. Terrible. Look, it's not even mixing with itself. I mean, how bad is that? You know, it's not even mixing with itself. Look at that. There's 3 separate blobs of ink there. Horrible stuff. So that's going to go in there. Straight in the bin and off to the incinerator where it belongs. So if you have liked this video, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell just so you can stay up to date with all my latest uploads. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.